Know what the most underrated skill of entrepreneurs is? It's really this idea of visualizing your machine. There's a book by Ray Dalio called Principle, and one thing he talks about a lot is building a machine because your business is that's what it is. It's a machine and it has different components of your machine. So this is just version 1.0 of my machine that I'm building out, and you're watching me build it out in the weeds. You're seeing me in the weeds, but what I want to do is just take you 30,000 feet above view, so you can see how I look at it. So these are the different components of the business. And what this allows me to do is to really dial into all the components and ask myself four different questions like, what teams do I need to make this work? What systems do I need to make this work? What tools do I need to make this work? And then what AI and automation can I bring into this machine so that it runs smoothly? Eventually, the goal is to be able to run this machine without any input from me. That's what I'm here trying to do. I'm trying to get myself out of the equation of the machine because I don't want to be a slave to the machine, to the business itself. And a lot of entrepreneurs find themselves in that position because they don't take the time to model out what it is they're trying to build. They're just on this pursuit of making money. And one of the shifts happened for me when I realized that entrepreneurship is about building leverage. That's why you get into it, is building leverage. And so this is my model or my machine on leverage building. So I just wanted to take you there. I know I take you in the weeds of what I'm doing, but I want to just take you at a 30,000 foot view of what I'm doing. Also, what are the advantages of working on your business and really being able to see it from a really high level is you're able to quickly see A, where the gaps are, but the main thing is decision making. Decision making. Because you only really need to make 1 to 3 good decisions a day. And sometimes if we have our calendar filled with tasks, we're not making the decisions because we're just trying to keep up. We're just trying to keep the pace. But once you kind of see the structure of the business, you know when you start your day, you just need to make 2 or 3 good decisions that lead to the outcomes that the machine needs to thrive. And that's one of the things that I've learned over time is like usually my calendar is filled with so many tasks. But then I started realizing like, wait, I just need to make 2 to 3 really good decisions. Usually that involves networking with somebody, finding the right person, like looking for the who and focusing on the who. Because that one person could unlock a lot of different parts of the machine. So just want to share that with you quick because that's very important. If you want to develop this high level of thinking, what I would suggest for you to do is to go to Google or go to Amazon.com and look for the book Principles by Ray Dalio. Principles by Ray Dalio. Even if you don't feel like reading the book, go to YouTube and search for Ray Dalio and Principles. Developing this high level of thinking is so critical, and dare I say, it may take a lifetime to actually really master it and be an expert of being able to look at the machine that you're in and being able to decipher you as the designer of the machine and you as the worker in the design machine, to see things as objective as possible. And that's one of the things that's, another thing is like building this objectivity to the inputs that are going into the machine and the outcomes and the outputs that are coming out of it. So do that when you get a chance. Ray Dalio, Principles. It's beyond a book. It's more the way, you'll see. Look him up, Ray Dalio. So just a word to the wise. Having high level thinking doesn't mean having your head in the clouds. Now there is a part of having your head in the clouds. I like to say Gary Vaynerchuk, if you know who he is a CEO, agency owner. And one of the things that he talks about is clouds and dirt, clouds and dirt. Just knowing when you need to have your head in the clouds, to think strategy, to think strategic in the long-term thinking, and then when to know when you need to be in the dirt, when you need to roll up your sleeves and really get dirty. And sometimes it's not easy to discern where you should be. And I've been in that position where I've spent probably way too much time with my head in the sand. I mean, not my head in the sand, my head in the clouds. Because I am a very future-oriented thinker. And I had to learn how to know when to make those adjustments, and really on the timing of when I should be more strategic to when I should be rolling up my sleeves. So I just want to just, point that out to you, is having that balance of, and that's what I think this vlog I've been able to share. Like, I can go 30,000 feet and then I can show you the very email that I sent, the tactical things as well. So trying to keep that balance and knowing when to do what is called wisdom. So I'm not going to play this whole thing. I just want to show you it's a short documentary, Gary Vaynerchuk. He was talking about the clouds and the dirt. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'll probably play maybe 20 to 30 seconds of it. And you can go on YouTube if you want to see the whole thing. So here it goes.
Something I've been thinking about a lot. It's this notion of the clouds and the dirt. It's kind of like another version of my steak and the sizzle. Meaning, I don't spend any time on the things that don't matter, and what doesn't matter is basically everything in between the overall vision and strategy and the real knowledge of it.
Never caught in fabrics that's average. What would ever happen if I got married?
I fully believe, I am bought in, that there's an ROI here. I don't need the reports, I don't need Nielsen's, I don't need 7 years later.
If you lived a life where you were going to do something nice for somebody just based on what they were going to do nice for you in return right then, that wouldn't be a cool world. But the truth is, the best relationships are the ones where you give them something and then you start forming a relationship that then may benefit you somewhere along the line in the future. Got it?
So when I say the clouds and dirt, my clouds are, I'm gonna buy the jets and here's how I'm gonna do it. That's a global clouds and dirt. Here's my clouds and dirt right now, as wearing my VaynerMedia hat all the time. Like, I believe that the attention of the consumer is on social networks from a better value proposition than it is on other places.
I like seeing something, using it, and then making the reason a lot of people are like, man, your predictions are right. I'm like, because they already happened, right? What I'm good at is seeing something happen, use it fast, and then talk about it because I believe, right? I didn't predict that Vine was gonna do well. I saw that Vine was doing well.
Yeah, so you can go and look at the whole thing, and he gets into more detail about this idea of clouds and dirts and being strategic, and then knowing when to, pull up your sleeves, taste the tool or things that you're, in the market doing, and then using that as a technical solutions. Did you have a chance to check out that video on YouTube? If you did, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I would like to hear your thoughts about it. But with that said, I am wrapping it up for the day. I'm actually heading to the gym, not to work out, but just to get my clothes. So if you made it this far, you might as well just go ahead and subscribe because, you never know what's going to happen next episode. Peace.